and welcome back to the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and as you may have seen on Twitter, this week real life has unfortunately got in the way of Football Manager videos, but we are back for episode 21. Apologies for the delay, fingers crossed it's going to be worth the wait. And since you were last with me, and the main reason for the delay, we've been playing through a long and busy pre-season. But today we do kick off our Serie A campaign. Not an easy start. We've got newly promoted Genoa as our first game, but that is followed by a really big early clash against holding champions Juventus. Can we beat them? Can we do it early on? We'll find out today. But first, let's see what transfer activity has taken place over the summer. And to be honest, again, we weren't given a massive amount of money. So it is a lot of loans. A lot of players have left us, mainly youthful and players who were just not quite going to be good enough. But let's look and see where we've tried to bring in first. And we'll start with Musa Wagu from Barcelona, a right back who's going to provide some really good competition to Florenzi on that right hand side. Obviously Florenzi had a great season last year. He's not getting any younger, so can he repeat that this year? If he can't, Wagu is there to come and slot in straight away. We've brought in Brian Young from Tottenham. He's an attacking midfielder who looks like he could be one for the future. Thought we'd have a look at him this year and then see if potentially next year he might be worth a buy. Attacking midfielder, we are going to be playing with a different system to we did last year. You'll see that in a second, so he may well feature throughout the season. Injured at the moment, but hopefully one we will see in future episodes. Sebastiano Esposito is here. He's going to be the main man up front this year. Obviously, Greenwood was on loan with us last year. We couldn't get him back for this year, but fingers crossed, the man from Inter Milan is going to be able to do what Greenwood did last year. He's already been banging in the goals in pre-season, so fingers crossed he can convert that into the league this year. He'll be joined by Juan Miranda at left back. He's also in from Barcelona along with his mate Wagu. Obviously Kolarov has retired. Kukurea, another we tried to get back on loan but was not able to. So we decided to just go back to Barcelona for a younger version, and hopefully Miranda can do a good job for us this year as well. Good stats all round. Looks like he's going to be a really good player, and Spinazzola can obviously play on that left hand side as well if needs be. And the final and the only main transfer we've made, proper transfer, Thiago Almada, a 20-year-old Argentinian wonder kid. 3.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential, playing in that attacking midfield role. Fingers crossed he can work wonders for us this year. Already valued at 25 million, and we bought him for a mere 5.5. So if he doesn't work out, hopefully we can make a profit on him anyway. But he's been playing really well in Argentina for the last few years. Hopefully he can convert that to Europe. He's also not a non-EU player, as he is also Italian. So that is a bonus as well. So there are all the transfers in. Main transfers out. We've got rid of a couple of players on freebies. The three that have gone for actual money. Zan Selar, a 22-year-old Slovenian striker who was never really going to make it here. So he has moved on to Citadella. Rick Karsop went to Galatasaray, right back who again was never going to really make the grade. So he's gone there for 2.7 million, and 600k for Luciano Valeri, a young prospect in the midfield who again was not quite going to be good enough. So he's gone to Torino. The rest, as you can see, just getting a few young players out on loan. So what that equates to, 7 million spent in total, 4.8 million lost, and a first 11 that looks like this. Paul Lopez in goal, a back four, Florenzi, Ibanez, Mancini and Miranda. Tonali and Pellegrini pair up in midfield with Kluivert, Almada and Zaniolo. In behind, Esposito up front. A 4-2-3-1. We're going attacking this year. We're going to take it to teams, and hopefully we can mount a very serious challenge at the top of the Serie A table. With regards to transfers that I'm still looking to do, I'm still looking probably to bring in another centre-back or two, a left winger as well preferably, and we probably do need a backup at left back. But apart from that, the squad is looking pretty solid. We've obviously got Dzeko still lying about and Patrick Schick if Esposito is injured or doesn't quite do the business. But fingers crossed he can, and let's get stuck into the beginning of the Serie A season. A big game against Genoa. Newly promoted Genoa. They've not long been in the league. Obviously, this is their first Serie A game back. I think they probably bounced straight back from being relegated a year ago. And can we show them what Serie A is all about, what Roma are all about, and send them back to Serie B with a bit of a thrashing? We're going to ask them to do it for the fans. A big day for them, the first day of the season. As always, we've got faith in the boys. The assistants off to the tunnel. And here we go, the start of season 3 as Roma manager. Not many of the original team here, but mainly loans, as I say, and fingers crossed we can start and win our first piece of silverware. This year, the board again want us to qualify for the Champions League. They want us to get through to the first knockout round of that competition, and they want us to get to the final of the Italian Cup once again. So big season ahead, and we're looking to start it here with Zaniolo shooting, and Vodisek saves. It's fallen as far as Kluivert, who pulls it back to Miranda. Zaniolo again, he can't quite get the header away. But 4 minutes in, we've seen the first Roma chance of the season, and it does look like we're taking the game to Genoa, but they have a free kick early on the edge of the area. It's Crescito to take. Is there going to be an early blow? It's just wide. A good free kick. Would have had Paul Lopez scrambling if it was on target, but the early proceedings have looked good for us, and fingers crossed we can see a couple of goals in the game. 10 shots already, 70% possession. We're going to demand a little bit more because it doesn't look like we're doing much with those shots. But as was the case last year, Florenzi already up on a 7 and having a good game. And here he is with the ball into Justin Kluivert, and it's gone over the bar from what looked like an easy opportunity. A sitter miss by Kluivert. And we're getting towards half-time, and somehow we are not 1-0 up. Roma have already played. They only won 7-1, so it's not a small feat to match. And it's 0-0 at half-time. And looking at those stats, I don't really know how. 20 shots, only 5 of which is on target, which is really poor. 65% of the possession. We're going to get aggressive. We're far from pleased with what we've just seen. And the boys up the top of the pitch need to start putting the ball on target and in the goal. We're going to ask for a bit more creativity. A draw is not good enough on the first day. And here we go. Pellegrini surging through the middle. He finds Zaniolo, who's got Florenzi on his outside, but he goes all the way back to Tonali, who finds Miranda. Kluivert, can he get a good ball across? He finds Miranda, who finds Pellegrini, who heads over again. We're having the chances, but we're not finding the back of the net, and that could well come back to bite us if we don't start to do so. 63 minutes gone. Esposito in his first start for us, not having a good game at all. He's going to come off. Patrick Schick is going to come on, the man who scored a plenty of goal for us last year. Zaniolo struggling on this right hand side, so Cengiz Under can come on for him, back from his loan spell towards the end of last season. And can that make the difference in a game we should be winning? Tonali, Mancini looking to build from the back, and he's found Florenzi, who's surging forward on this right hand side. He's doing really well. Florenzi gets into the area, but he can't quite find the killer ball. Zaniolo can to Esposito, who heads over. The last we'll see of him today. He's now trots off for Patrick Schick coming on, and we really do need a goal to get this game won. We deserve to. 29 shots, 7 only on target. It looks like we're going to be having a bit of shooting practice in the week leading up to the Juventus game. But here we go. Kluivert on the left to Miranda, who has got room ahead of him to run into, but instead he finds Pellegrini in acres of space with men outside him if he wants them. Under, out to Florenzi, who's found a really good position wide. Is it going to fall to any of us? It's not, and there's a chance, it would seem, for Genoa to break and really rub salt into the wounds. They don't. It's a great save by Paul Lopez, and we need to make one last change. Pellegrini looking tired and not having the best of games, so Cristante can come on for him in the midfield. We really deserve to be winning this game. 31 shots, only 8 on target is the poor stat from that. We're going to have a final few minutes of passion, and can we find the goal to secure an opening day victory in the league? It doesn't look like it's coming, and with 4 minutes of added time, this is definitely going to be 3 points dropped, and it is. 37 shots, 11 on target. How we haven't won the game, I don't know. A poor opening day performance sees us only pick up a point against Genoa. And that, if that's how the season is going to be, is not going to be good enough. But we will see you for our first massive game of the season, table-topping Juventus already. We'll be back for that one in a second. Okay then folks, in between the two games we have had the Champions League group stage draw and we have got a tough group. Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen and Galatasaray, a little group of death in Group E. It's going to be a tough ask to get out of, but if we can, we will have picked up some really good results on the way. It'll be fun to watch. Liverpool obviously newly crowned champions in real life. Leverkusen a team on the up again in Germany. And Galatasaray a Turkish giant. So that is going to be great. But we're here for the big silly game of the episode. The big silly game of the season. It's Juventus at home. And a couple of changes have been made to the team that obviously didn't do the business against Genoa. We've got Cengiz Under on the right hand side instead of Zaniolo, and because the Malejo is still not back from injury, Kluivert does keep his place, but he was the other one who I was considering changing. So it's a similar look, but Under in for Zaniolo. Esposito keeps his place, but if another poor performance comes today, then Sheik may well jump into his spot. We're actually going to change him. He can play as a complete forward, so we'll do that just to see if anything changes. But we are going to try and go at Juventus. I've stuck with the attacking mentality, try and take it to them, and fingers crossed if we have 37 shots again in this game, we will at least score one goal. A similar looking team then for Juventus from last year. Ronaldo still going strong, partnered by Dembele up front. N'Golo Kante features in their midfield. De Ligt obviously at the back. So a strong team nonetheless. Kulusevski, who's obviously here last year on loan at us, is from the bench. So we may get a look at him later on in the game. Let's avenge what happened last time when we played Juventus. A 4-1 defeat towards the end of last season in that really poor run of form we had in that saw us lose the Serie A title. Can we avenge it? Can we have a better performance today? Fingers crossed we can. Let's go at Juventus and show them what Roma are all about. Let's put down a stamp that we are really big title challengers this year. And fingers crossed we can come away from the game with a win. But the first highlight may well be Juventus's, and they're building from the back. It's Matthias De Ligt to N'Golo Kante to Silva, out to Danilo on this right-hand side. He's cutting inside. He needs to be stopped before he goes much further. Miranda does well, and Mancini clears up at the back, and a chance to counter. Is it Kluivert? Plays a lovely switching ball to Cengiz Under, who finds Florenzi on the right. He's got past Pellegrini and he's got Esposito in the middle. If he can find him, and he can! It's Roma 1, Juventus 0. The first goal of the Serie A season for Roma. And it's that man, Sebastiano Esposito. He struggled with his shooting boots in the first game. His head's working here today. Florenzi with a lovely ball in. Esposito with the finish. And we are 1-0 up against Roma in what has been a fairly even start, but one we have certainly made the better of there, and this would be a really good result to start the season. Let's see if we can add some more. Florenzi with the flow to Almada, back to Florenzi, Pellegrini in a bit of space, undercutting inside, he has a shot and he scores in the bottom corner. It's Roma 2, Zebra 0. Under obviously in today for Nicolo Zaniolo, back from a loan spell last year, and he's done the business here. Florenzi with a lovely ball, Pellegrini finds Under, who cuts inside his man and slots coolly past Chesney into the bottom corner. A really good first half an hour for Roma. We've gone at Juventus and it has worked so far. Can we hold on to half-time or even pick up another? Here we go, another highlight. Miranda with a throw on the left. It's only as far as Danilo, and Silva finds Dembele, who finds Ronaldo, who's beaten to it well by Florenzi, but we do have to clear. It's only as far as Kante. Pjanic out to Danilo, who's having acres of space on this right. Dembele! It's over the bar. And we have got away with it. I think that's David Silva playing in a attacking midfield role for them. So they have got a few elder statesmen in the side. But half-time, Roma 2, Juventus 0. Let's not get complacent. We know how quickly Juventus can catch us on the break. They've done it many a time before. Kluivert, Almada, the first chance of the second half. Who's it going to fall to? Tonali's got to get there. He's not. Dembele's beating him to it. And he's going on a run all the way around the outside. He's got men with him. Pellegrini being one of them. Can we get a tackle in? Tonali does well to recover. We're going to go to VAR. It looked outside the box for me. But what will they say? Off the ref goes to the sideline TV. It's going to be a nervous wait if we give away a penalty here. Tonali obviously didn't get there initially and he's now made the foul. It looked outside the box, but you never know. And it is. It's no penalty. A resulting free kick in a dangerous position, however. And it's going to be Pjanic to take. Is he going to put a good ball in? He does. It's fallen to De Ligt on the edge of the area. Bonucci and De Ligt play it between them. It's going backwards and we've done well to see off the danger. A nervy start to the half. Pjanic with the ball in again. Bonucci heads. It's fallen to Ronaldo about a yard out. His 5th goal of the season already. We're only in game 2. And they have won back after half-time. No one marking Ronaldo. He's beaten Pau Lopez to it. And it's easily headed in by him. We need to get our foothold back in this game. And is this a chance to do so? A great ball across. It's fallen to Kluivert who hits home. He might be offside, is he? I think he is. It looked like we may have restored a 2-goal lead. Florenzi falls to Esposito. It's incredibly tight on Kluivert, who puts a lovely finish into the top corner. But it remains Roma 2, Juventus 0, and with half an hour to go, the game is still all to play for. Pjanic beaten to it by Under, who sends Esposito on his way. He's beaten one. Can he beat another and put a shot home? He does. Chesney with a great save. Esposito with a really good run forward. It looked like he may have got his second of the game, but for Chesney in the goal. Pellegrini with the ball and it's fallen to Tonali. Beaten to it by De Ligt. Tonali with an effort. Oh, that's not far away either. Another 25 minutes ahead, it would seem. We're going to bring Kluivert off. He's not having the best of games. And young Mirko Antonucci is going to get a go on this left-hand side in a big game. The only change we'll make for now. We're going to demand a little bit more. We've got to make sure we keep on our game. Pjanic with the ball in. It's headed in. And it's now Roma 2. Juventus 2. Danilo with the header. We've thrown it all away. We said at half-time we know how easy it is for Juventus to get back into these games. And they've done it with ease. Another poor bit of marking from a set piece. And that is a really costly second half that we've had here. We're going to make a couple more changes again. Let's have a look. Miranda not having a great game again on the left. Spinazzola can come on for him. We're going to stay attacking. I feel there is still a chance for us to get something from the game. We're going to ask for 15 minutes of a little bit of creativity. Can we find that winning goal that we deserve, I think, from the game? As time ticks by, it's looking unlikely, but Florenzi with the ball on the right, finds Under, who obviously put one lovely in the first half, but the man Kulusevski we had on loan last year finds Higuain. Ibanez has tripped him. Last man, he's going to be gone. Surely Ibanez has the red card. And a shocking second half for Roma sees us down to 10 men. A 2-0 lead has been lost. And we're going to lose Almada. He's going to come off. Setting can come on at the back. And now we're going to have to go to a balanced formation. Tonali's going to come in more as a defensive midfielder. Pellegrini's going to go in there. Can either of these play in the middle? They can't. Pellegrini can sort of play back here. So we'll bring it. We'll go a bit more defensive. Pellegrini is a bit of a register in there. He can go a bit further forward. 8 minutes to hold on now from a game where we were easily cruising at 2-0. Can we hold on? Ibanez with the sending off. A man that shows we probably need a bit more of a stronger centre-back pair for Mancini. A minute left of added time and there it is. Roma 2, Juventus 2. We've thrown the game away after a really good first half. And in the first episode, we've seen 2 draws. We're going to get aggressive. That was a game that we had fully in our hands and we've let slip away. 2 points from the first 2 games. It's not the start we were looking for. We're all the way down in 15th, already struggling behind some of the rivals. And we're going to need to pick up the form if we're going to mount a serious challenge on Serie A. Not long till the next episode then. We'll play the AC Milan game, but we'll be back for the opener of the Champions League against Bayer Leverkusen, and we'll combine that with the Seoul derby against Napoli. But I do hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for daily, hopefully, Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.